Hello and welcome to week 2 of the World Series of Boxing Season 4, where the Polish Hussars are hosts to the Cuba Demodores, the team that is so far undefeated. Cuba coming to Poland having beaten Mexico 5-0 in a scintillating start to the season. Starters hot favourites, bringing 2 newly crowned world champions to the Rafako Arena. First up in the 5 weight divisions contested in the C2 category tonight, were Gerardo Cervantes up against Kozlowski in the flyweight division. Kozlowski started well for the Polish Hussars, putting on a brave performance in the opening rounds, but slowly but surely the speed, power and skill of Cervantes turned the tides, and the first bout of the evening to go Cuba's way with a unanimous decision in the flyweight division. The first of those 2 world champions that we mentioned up in the lightweight division, Lazaro Alvarez, successfully defending his world title just a month ago in Almaty, Kazakhstan. His opponent, Mateusz Polski, a Polish national champion, taking on a boxer way above the quality he boxed before. It was a good performance again from Polski in the opening exchanges, but as Alvarez found his pace and range, his Polish opponent had no answer for this onslaught of point-scoring punches and power combinations. A second unanimous decision for Alvarez, and Cuba 2-0 ahead. Arisnoidis de España up against Perzinski, the welterweights. De España, the oldest member of the Cuban squad at 31 years of age, also was a medalist at the recent World Championships in Almaty, where he took the silver, beaten by Yelusanov of Kazakhstan in the chase for the welterweight gold. A real power display from De España. A blooded nose and face for Perzinski. And the referee in the 4th round given no choice but to stop the fight and award a TKO to the Cuban. And in the light heavyweight division, the second of those world champions, Julio Cesar La Cruz up against Pavel Stepien. Again, La Cruz with a fantastic pedigree, world champion in 2011, Pan Am Games gold medalist, and the newly crowned world champion was to put down an amazing performance of power, skill, and what looked to many brute force. In the 3rd round, the Polish corner throwing in the towel. No more pain for Stepien, and La Cruz showing his world-class form. Confirmation of TKO number 2 with just 1 bout to go. And with the Cubans still undefeated, perhaps there was one chance for the Hussars to take the final bout of the evening. At just 18 years of age, Yoandy Turak is a former junior and senior national champion and a Pan Am Games champion. Up against a 25-year-old Polish super heavyweight at 91 kilos plus, it was amazing to see the teenager put the big man, Werweszko of Poland, on the canvas, not once but twice, to stop the fight in the 3rd round. He may be only 18, but that right hand tells the story. Another scintillating performance from Cuba, another emphatic victory. 5-0 to maintain their unbeaten record in the series so far this season, beating Mexico 5-0 and Poland here this evening to top the rankings in Group B. Russia and Kazakhstan box later this weekend.
Season 4 of the World Series of Boxing went to Miami to see the United States Knockouts take on the Argentina Condors. In the light flyweight division at 49 kilograms, Anthony Chacon was too lively and too smart for the Argentinian Patrick Lourenco. Lourenco ultimately missed with far too many shots, swiped the air too many times, and as a result, Chacon ran out a pretty convincing winner with a 49-46 verdict from the 3 judges. Lourenco in the blue tried hard, but sadly for him, it wasn't enough. In the bantamweight division, we saw Stephen Fulton take on Ezekiel Melian of Argentina. Now, this was a really hard-fought contest over 5 3-minute rounds, and a lovely right hook there in a couple of rounds really rocked Ezekiel Melian to his boots. He took the standing 8 count from our referee. And here it is again, a lovely, lovely shot there from a man not really known as a puncher. And that's it again from a reverse angle. The action continued at a frenetic pace. And then all of a sudden, a beautiful left hook there from Fulton, but he hit the floor with a beautiful right hand back from Melian. The win for Melian made the point score 1-all with 2 matches completed. And that's the lovely knockdown scored again by Melian.
Argentina Condors, Ezekiel Impacto Melian.
We also saw Jose Luis Romero Alde Jr. go up against Alberto Palmetta of Argentina in the blue trunks. Now, Alde Jr. lost his gum shield on more than 1 occasion, in fact on 2 occasions, and got a point deducted as a result. Palmetta, well, he just couldn't cope with the longer boxing here of Alde Jr. And this was the moment when the referee decided that the point should be taken away from Alde. And they went at it hammer and tongs, but sadly for Palmetta, he just couldn't get to grips with his taller, rangier opponent. Alde stuck to his plan, stuck to his boxing, and managed to run out a winner to be 1 up against the Argentinians with 3 bouts played.
From the USA Knockouts, Jose Alde Jr.
And since the Argentinians had got a walkover in the heavyweight division, it was all down to this concluding contest in the middleweight division to decide who would take the spoils, who would get the 3 points. And we had in the red shorts Caleb Plant from the United States against Thomas Andres Reynoso of Argentina. It was a bad-tempered affair, but Plant was far too regular for Reynoso and ran out a pretty convincing points winner. Ultimately, 50-44 on all 3 judges' scorecards after a top-notch performance that saw him far too awkward for Reynoso. Reynoso resorted to some naughty tactics halfway through the contest, but sorted himself out.
From the USA Knockouts, Caleb Sweet Hands Plant.
So 3-2 to United States, and we'll see them in action again very soon.
Still on home turf, the boxing team Russia, off the back of a 5-0 rampaging win last week over the Polish Azars, take on last year's competition winners, Kazakhstan's Astana Wolves, who also had a convincing 4-1 win against the Baku Bad Boys from Azerbaijan. Well, first up, a trial by fire. for Oljaz Satabayev from Kazakhstan. He takes on the world champion from Almaty, Team Boxing Russia's Misha Aloyan. Well, throughout this bout, the champ was never in doubt. Furious exchanges. But this bout was about domination, and that's what the champion did.
By unanimous decision, from the red corner, Misha.
So win one goes to Team Boxing Russia, and the world champion, never in doubt, puts the first score up on the board for the Russians. Well, at lightweight, an atrocious and brutal bout between Samat Bashanov and Adlan Abdurashidov. Both WSB veterans. Well, they both came with attitude. Neither fighter giving any ground. An arduous task in prospect from the get-go. But somebody had to win. And it was a split decision in favor of Bashanov for the Arlands, making it one apiece. At welterweight, this was a technical show between two really clever boxers. Miran Nursultanov took on Alexandra Ivanov. Well, technical to begin with, but the ferocity and persistence of the Kazakh was the deciding factor. And across the 5 rounds, right up until the wire. That was what made the difference and gave the decision to the Kazakhs, putting them 2 up against Team Boxing Russia. Well, at light heavyweight, the wolf became the hunted. Young Dmitry Bivol brought heavy hands to bear at just 2 minutes 43 with this spectacular KO. Opened up the guard of Danibek Suzhanov and then dropped the right in and brought home this conclusive victory. Well, by this time now, it was 2 apiece.
World Series of Boxing.
Well, the big boys came out to play in the final bout, the super heavyweight challenge between Filip Hrgović and Sergei Kuzmin. And this was certainly a case of the matador and the bull. Hrgović, for the Kazakh Wolves, brought technical ability to play here and outboxed his opponent, schooling Kuzmin and taking the win, giving the Wolves a 3-2 victory in their second leg competition. Well, it couldn't be any closer, but what a spectacular evening.
Hello and welcome to week 2 of the World Series of Boxing Season 4. Picking up the action with Azerbaijan hosting the Mexico Guerreros. Both teams coming off the back of defeats after week 1. Both teams needing a win here. Now, the Guerreros absolutely battered the Azerbaijanis in Season 3 in week 9. So an important start was absolutely necessity. And Magomed Abdulhamidov was not to disappoint the local crowd here in the Cuba Olympic complex with a very impressive display against the rookie at just 21 years of age, Orlando Hutzil. First win of the 5 bouts going to the hosts Azerbaijan. A very impressive performance and a unanimous decision for Abdul Hamidov. One of the seasoned pros from the world of the WSB and one of the big stars of the Azerbaijani team. They'd brought their veterans whilst the Mexicans had brought their new kids and rookies. It was Albert Selimov up against Norberto of Mexico, and as expected, Selimov, a former open boxing world champion, former European champion, and 4 times Azerbaijani national champion, put on a sensational display, dominating from the 1st to the 5th round. As always with the Mexican boxers, a tenacious, hard and digging deep performance from Flores Norberto, but not enough to stop the experienced Albert Selimov. Selimov with a 4-1 record in the WSB in this, his 3rd season. Only beaten once in his WSB career, and that was by the Olympic champion, Lomachenko from the Ukraine. In the 5th round, he had the fight under control, taking each and every one of the rounds for another unanimous decision for the hosts Azerbaijan. Onto the welterweights, and another seasoned campaigner from the Baku Fires, Mohamed Nurud Zinau up against Carl Heald. Great to see the boxer from the Bahamas making his way into the Mexican Guerreros team following the AIBA Road to Dream program, getting his first taste of World Championship competition just a month ago. But once again, the veterans from Azerbaijan were to outbox the newcomers from Mexico, and another positive display from Nurud Zinau to take the 3rd win and to turn the match Azerbaijan's way. And with a 3-0 lead, the pressure was off the light heavyweights and the super heavyweight contestants, but still good performances from Ramazan Magomedov up against Yuldashev for the Mexican Guerreros. Unbeaten in 14 fights, this is his 4th season on the WSB, and Magomedov was to show his experience and form by getting the better of the rookie from Uzbekistan, but boxing for Mexico this season. And on to the super heavyweights, another win to make it 5-0 for Azerbaijan. The super heavyweight Makhmudov forcing a TKO in the 3rd round against Ramov of Mexico. Azerbaijan are still in the competition after tonight's win.